Psalm 4, KJV. To the chief musician on Neginoth, a psalm of David. 1. Hear me when I call, O God of my righteousness. Thou hast enlarged me when I was in distress. Have mercy upon me, and hear my prayer. 2. O the sons of men, how long will they turn my glory into shame? How long will ye love vanity, and seek after leasing? Selah. 3. But know that the Lord hath set apart him that is godly for himself. The Lord will hear when I call unto him. 4. Stand in awe, and sin not. Commune with your own heart upon your bed, and be still. Selah. 5. Offer the sacrifices of righteousness, and put your trust in the Lord. 6. There be many that say, Who will show us any good? Lord, lift thou up the light of thy countenance upon us. 7. Thou hast put gladness in my heart, more than in the time that their corn and their wine increased. 8. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep. Therefore thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety. Hear me when I call, O God of my righteousness. David begins, not with pride, but with pleading. He is calling on a God who is not only righteous, but the source of his righteousness. There's a deep humility here. He isn't saying, Hear me because I'm good. He's saying, Hear me because you are good, and you make me right. Thou hast enlarged me when I was in distress. What a powerful image. In distress, we often feel tight, trapped, cornered. But David remembers a time when God enlarged him, gave him space, strength, and peace, even in trouble. He's saying, You've done it before, Lord. Do it again. Have mercy upon me and hear my prayer. There's no entitlement in David's voice, only dependence. He's not demanding. He's appealing to mercy. Now he turns to the people. O the sons of men, how long will they turn my glory into shame? David's reputation is being dragged through the mud. His enemies love vanity, empty pursuits, and leasing, which means lies. He's asking, Why chase shadows and spread lies when truth is available? But know that the Lord hath set apart him that is godly for himself. Here's where David plants his feet. God knows his own. Even if others question him, lie about him, or walk away from him, David knows this. God hears him. And that is enough. Stand in awe and sin not. Commune with your own heart upon your bed, and be still. Selah. This is a call to self-examination. Before you react, before you respond, before you rush into more sin, pause. Get alone. Lie in bed. Search your heart. Be still. Let God speak in the silence. Selah. Pause. Reflect. Offer the sacrifices of righteousness and put your trust in the Lord. Don't try to buy God's favor with empty rituals. Offer what matters, a clean heart and real trust. Then David speaks of the doubters. There be many that say, Who will show us any good? In hard times, people become cynical. They look around and say, What good can come of this? Where's the blessing? Where's the light? David answers them by lifting his voice in a prayer. Lord, lift thou up the light of thy countenance upon us. He's saying, Lord, let your face shine on us. That's what we need. Not more stuff, not more wealth, but your presence. Thou hast put gladness in my heart, more than in the time that their corn and their wine increased. David draws a contrast. Others rejoice when their barns are full, when the grain is in and the wine flows. But David? He rejoices because God has filled his heart, not his table. That joy is deeper, stronger, and more lasting. And then, once again, he lies down to sleep. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep, for thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety. The world may be unstable. Enemies may whisper. But David sleeps, not because his life is easy, but because his trust is secure. Peace isn't found in the absence of trouble. It's found in the presence of God. Psalm 5, KJV. To the chief musician upon Nealoth, a psalm of David. 1. Give ear to my words, O Lord. Consider my meditation. 2. Hearken unto the voice of my cry, my King and my God. For unto thee will I pray. 3. My voice shalt thou hear in the morning, O Lord. In the morning will I direct my prayer unto thee, and will look up. 4. For thou art not a God that hath pleasure in wickedness, neither shall evil dwell with thee. 5. The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hadst all workers of iniquity. 6. Thou shalt destroy them that speak leasing. The Lord will abhor the bloody and deceitful man. 7. But as for me, I will come into thy house in the multitude of thy mercy, and in thy fear will I worship toward thy holy temple. 8. Lead me, O Lord, in thy righteousness because of mine enemies. Make thy way straight before my face. 9. For there is no faithfulness in their mouth. Their inward part is very wickedness. Their throat is an open sepulchre. They flatter with their tongue. 10. Destroy thou them, O God. Let them fall by their own counsels. Cast them out in the multitude of their transgressions, for they have rebelled against thee. 11. But let all those that put their trust in thee rejoice. Let them ever shout for joy, because thou defendest them. Let them also that love thy name be joyful in thee. 12. For thou, Lord, wilt bless the righteous. With favor wilt thou compass him as with a shield. Devotional style reading, Psalm 5, KJV. The sun is just rising, and David's heart is already turned toward heaven. Give ear to my words, O Lord, consider my meditation. He speaks out loud and also in silence. Some things are too deep for words, but God hears both the shout and the sigh. David pleads, Lord, hear me. Not just what I say, but what I think, what I feel, what I'm too tired or broken to express. Hearken unto the voice of my cry, my King and my God, for unto thee will I pray. This isn't a casual morning routine. This is a cry. David's world is dangerous, full of enemies, betrayal, and threats. And yet he knows exactly where to go. My King, my God, I will pray to you. My voice shalt thou hear in the morning, O Lord. David doesn't wait for the chaos to hit before praying. He begins his day with it. In the morning I will direct my prayer and look up. That image is beautiful. Before looking down at trouble, at messages, at tasks, he looks up. That's where help comes from. That's where peace begins. Now David turns to the character of God. For thou art not a God that hath pleasure in wickedness. God isn't neutral about evil. He doesn't ignore it or tolerate it. Neither shall evil dwell with thee. In his presence, nothing unclean survives. This is a holy God, just, pure, and righteous. The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hadst all workers of iniquity. David is not saying this with pride, but with reverence. He knows the difference between those who rebel and those who repent. God's holiness means justice will come. Thou shalt destroy them that speak leasing. Leasing here means lies. Those who live by deceit, by bloodshed, by manipulation, God will not let them continue forever. Justice belongs to him. But now comes the contrast, the turning point. But as for me, I will come into thy house in the multitude of thy mercy. David doesn't approach God because he's perfect, but because of mercy. God's love opens the door. And when he enters, he comes with fear, not terror, but deep awe. He worships with reverence, bowing toward the holy place, knowing this God is worthy. Lead me, O Lord, in thy righteousness because of mine enemies. Surrounded by opposition, David doesn't ask for vengeance first. He asks for guidance. Make your way clear before me. Show me how to live rightly in a world full of wrong. Then he speaks of the wicked. There is no faithfulness in their mouth. Their words can't be trusted. Their hearts are full of evil. Their throats like open graves, speaking death. And their flattery? It's dangerous, a mask for hidden traps. David prays boldly. Let them fall by their own counsels. Let their evil plans backfire. Let their rebellion catch up to them. Not because of personal revenge, but because they have rebelled against God. But then David turns to the faithful. Let all those that put their trust in thee rejoice. There is joy in trusting God. Real joy, even in hard times. Let them ever shout for joy, because thou defendest them. The righteous are defended by God, shielded, protected. Let them that love thy name be joyful in thee, not joyful in outcomes, not in things, but in God himself. And David closes with certainty. For thou, Lord, wilt bless the righteous. This is a promise. God blesses those who walk with him. With favor wilt thou compass him as with a shield. Not just any shield, but a surrounding favor. God's blessing goes before us, behind us, all around us.